It's a brand new morning, and you are welcome to the Breakfast Show on TSL Nigerian TV. For those of you joining us for the first time, a very happy new year to you. My name is Lekimoy. I'm not the only one in the studio. I have a beautiful Joyce Chooks. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm good. How's your night?
It was short. I tried to sleep early, but it just never came. It was really annoying.
I thought I was the one that experienced the whole short time thing.
Right?
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
What is the government doing about it?
Maybe making the country better.
Probably. Well, some other governments are working immensely. I'm not sure if I could say it's proactive or reactive, but mostly reactive. And that is the government of Iran. Now, in the past 24 hours, a lot of things have happened in the country of Iran. The biggest one being that they fired missiles at United States bases. So I had a whole list because under 24 hours, so many things happened in Iran. Now, Iran fired missiles at a U.S. base in Iraq and claimed that there were no survivors, that 80 American soldiers were killed in the attack, although the United States government have come out to say that nobody actually died in the attack. I wonder who's saying the truth. Also, they moved on to threaten that they will also attack locations in Israel and the United Arab Emirates, Dubai precisely. And even further, a Ukrainian Boeing 737 with over 170 passengers crashed in Iran, killing everybody on board. To worsen it, a 4.9 magnitude earthquake also happened in the southwest region of the country. Iran is truly going through it right now.
Yes,
and also the military man that was killed by the United States airstrike was buried yesterday as well. 24 hours in madness.
And you're talking about them having a lot of stampede. And
yeah, I saw reports that apparently 33 people died from the stampede in the funeral. It is not an easy time for that country, and a lot of people are talking about it. Israel has asked them to exercise caution, and the several countries are also coming to speak up. China has also asked them to exercise caution in these really, really trying times. But we're still waiting on Trump's retorts for the situation, so hopefully we'll hear what he has to say.
Because he always has something to say. So hopefully before the day runs out, a tweet or more will come out from the President of America. Moving forward, we get to give you history for each day and every day. And today we're celebrating one of the finest musicians in all of history, talking about Elvis Presley. Elvis Aaron Presley, born January 8, 1935, also known as Elvis, was an American singer and actor, regarded as one of the most significant cultural icons of the 20th century. He is often referred to as the king of rock and roll, or simple the king. Presley was born in Tooele, Mississippi, and relocated to Memphis in Tennessee. And Presley is the best-selling solo artist in the history of recorded music. He was also commercially successful in many genres, including pop, country, blues, and gospel. He won 3 competitive Grammys, received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award at the age of 36, and was inducted into the Multiple Music Hall of Fame. He also appeared in over 30 movies, with his big screen debut coming in 1956 film Love Me Tender, named after one of his many songs. Years of prescription drug abuse severely compromised his health, and he died suddenly in 1977 at his Graceland estate at the age of 42. Happy posthumous birthday to Elvis Presley.
You know, we are the generation that doesn't value Elvis Presley. I can't even sing one Elvis Presley song off the top of my head. I know of him.
I've heard of him.
I've heard of him, but we are the generation that doesn't really understand Elvis Presley. Yes, and the generation after us are going to be the ones that would not understand Michael Jackson.
Yeah!
And I can just already imagine myself having to beat my child for not understanding Michael Jackson.
I think one of the things we need to do is really get to teach history in its depths, you know, irrespective of your country. Our country, we really need to even teach history. We don't even need to a lot of depth. I think it's something that generation come, generation go, we know of legends that arose in different fields of life.
And sometimes I wonder if our generation is going to produce a cultural icon. So far, I'm not sure I see it. People claim that it will be Beyonce. I don't know, but so far, I'm not there yet.
Well, wait, maybe I'm one of those people that feel Beyonce, but with our generation after, same to you. But I don't know if, like you said, if the generation after us will remember that there are certain people that actually made music amazing.
We'll find
It is
out.
what it is. We'll find out maybe when we die or after the short break. Anyway, after the short break, we're going to be discussing something that is very, very, very crucial to the Nigerian diaspora and, of course, the Nigerian community as well. Just stay there with us.
Thank you for staying there. Now, the year 2020 has been immensely eventful, from people claiming that we're still in the old decade, or the meme culture that was born out of the American and Iran conflict. In the heat of the meme culture, amazing American rapper Cardi B said that she is ready to have her Nigerian citizenship because she doesn't want to stay in the United States if there is a World War III. To this, Abike Dabri, who is the senior special advisor to the president on diaspora and foreign affairs, says that we are willing to accept her and she needs to go to the door of return in Badagry. Now, this has caused a lot of conversation online. Some people are claiming that the senior special advisor doesn't have the same speed to respond to Nigerians on issues that actually matter, and others are saying that why would anybody in diaspora want to return to Nigeria? So this morning on The Breakfast Show, Neki and I are going to be discussing the possibilities of Nigerians in diaspora deciding to actually return to the country. Good morning.
Yeah. Welcome home, Cardi B.
Chamabi, of course.
Khadija,
You know,
we love you.
When I was getting ready for all of this, on the same day that Cardi B made that tweet, we saw something called the Door of Return. I'd never seen this before. Initially, I thought it was a response to Ghana's Year of Return, but I found out that it was created in 2015 by a Jamaican minister, and then Nigeria has responded by creating a monument in Badagry, actually called the Door of Return, and they did that in 2017. And the three major countries that are championing it, I think, is Zimbabwe, Nigeria, and Ghana. And so far, so good. I think Ghana is doing great.
Yes, according to also reports and research, Ghana, they had a very successful Door of Return where they had the tourists and they had.
They made 1.9 billion from the Year of Return, apparently.
And so they're saying right now that Nigerians are sort of copying what they did or replicating what they did as per their own Door of Return.
I can't argue it.
Does that mean we're copycats?
No, I mean, we made the first move in 2017 when we actually created the monument and had a festival in Badagry. So I wouldn't say we are copying it, but it would just seem somewhat interesting if in 2020 the Nigerian government decides to go a little further after they have seen the Ghana just made $1.9 billion from the Year of Return. But isn't it more interesting that just yesterday we heard that 30 people died in a bomb blast from a Boko Haram attack? The Boko Haram that we were told that we had technically defeated already. So shouldn't the country be focusing on things like security and better roads before we try to convince people to come back?
Well, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. A lot of Nigerians, even in the diaspora, do not want to come back. That's the truth, because they feel like they've tasted life over there. They've seen basic amenities on the steady. And, you know, coming back to a country where we are barely even scratching the surface when it comes to, you know, the quality or the standard of living, it's nothing to write home about. And then you come and then you're not seeing the things you're seeing over there. So coming home to Nigeria, it's a whole lot. We're struggling with security, we're struggling with healthcare facilities, a whole lot of things. Well, according to tweets I saw, the Nigerian government, in terms of diaspora affairs, are saying that there is no such thing as the Door of Return, them having any program or any sort of thing coming out to plans for that yet from them. So I'm not sure that is going to happen anytime soon. I just feel like lives and properties, especially the value for human lives in 2020, should just be upgraded before we talk about bringing in Nigerians from the diaspora in.
Thank you. And what is really interesting, while all of this was going on, a very prominent Nigerian that I refuse to name said that money is not a good enough reason to leave the country. That there is no assurance of making money in the white man's land if we decide to leave. And a lot of people responded with different things. And one of the things that was really interesting was a blog post that went viral on Twitter. Now, this blog post was a woman that was discussing about how her marriage ended. Now, what was really interesting about the entire blog post, which was very long, was the fact, it was really long, I read it, but very long, was the fact that when her husband hit her, she could call the police, and the police responded by giving her a restraining order against the man, asking the man to leave the house, and giving her a right to change the locks if she wanted to. And people started to ask this woman that if this young lady, who was in Nigerian, was in Nigeria when this happened, because this happened in Maryland, the United States of America, if she was in Nigeria, would any of these things happen to her? Would she have been able to have this power? Would she have been able to even call the police?
The police will say it's a family matter. Go and sort it out. They don't intervene in a family matter. So, I feel like Nigeria, it's a different environment. Going to the diaspora in any country, it's a different environment. What works here might not work over there, vice versa. Do you understand? Especially when it comes to laws, when it comes to the citizens' welfare, it's a whole lot more prioritized in the diaspora than in Nigeria. Same as such. Taxes is more prioritized in the diaspora than in Nigeria. So you see people work in the diaspora, they send money home, they acquire a lot of properties, investments, and they're not paying taxes to the government. So it's just what works here might not work there. What worked there might not work here. So coming here to Nigeria, if she was going to take that case to the police, they would tell her that you need to go home and settle your issues with your husband. But over there, they feel like your life is very much valued. And so a slap or a form of battery, you're going in for it. Do you understand? So I just feel like we just need to upgrade the value of lives here in Nigeria. Nigerians will stay. I'm of the opinion that Nigerians are very hardworking. There's a Nigerian in every country in the world. Think about it. There's a Nigerian in Iceland. There's a Nigerian in Poland. Anywhere you can just think of it. Nigerians, we have the ability to adapt because of the harsh environment that we find ourselves into. And so if we can just have an upgrade in standard of living, I think we'll be fine here. And other Nigerians will want to come home.
But do we owe it to Nigeria to return back? Now, somebody made a tweet a while ago and said that 5 years ago, him and a group of friends decided to come back to Nigeria, having made some reasonable money to develop the economy. Then they came back and they set up businesses that, as at the time of his tweet at the time, that 4 of them have already returned back to the countries that they came from, and that they returned back with nothing. That they returned back to go and start from scratch in the countries that they came for because the business environment in Nigeria was too harsh. But as good patriotic Nigerians, do we owe it to other Nigerians to come back when we've made a certain level of income to help the economy of Nigeria?
Well, I feel it's personal if you want to come back. I would not say that because you're a Nigerian, you owe it to Nigeria to come and improve Nigeria. Of course you do because you're from Nigeria, you know, but it's something that is way more personal for a lot of people. For instance, if I'm in the abroad, amen. I just said amen. If I'm in the abroad, I think I would want to make some investments that I know would thrive in Nigeria. Probably, did they carry feasibility studies? These guys that came in, did they carry feasibility studies? Did they see the businesses that would literally work? Because there's some businesses that will not work in Nigeria. That's the truth. I can't give examples because I'm not traveling. Maybe when I travel and come back, then I'll not give you examples. I can't give examples.
Considering the amount of companies that had been in Nigeria for decades that had been leaving very recently, well, is it because of facility studies or that the environment is just going to snuff the life out of you?
Well, over time, like you said, in decades ago, so probably they came, or rather, they came in periods where the Nigerian economic environment was thriving and was booming, and so they say, oh, Nigeria is a prospective place to invest and grow our business. And over time, because of bad governance and mismanagement of funds and leadership problems that we've had over the years, you know, the environment just starts to dwindle and they're like, oh, we need to opt out. It doesn't mean that there are not some businesses that are not thriving, but they will not thrive on a larger scale. because of how the holes have been poked in our economic environment. So, if you're in the diaspora, you want to come and improve Nigeria, you just know where you should channel the energy into, so that you don't just waste money or throw your investment. After all, I know that there are a lot of Nigerians personally, they are in the abroad, but they're here, they have businesses that are running, that are really thriving, and because they've carried out feasibility studies, as the environment begins to change, you begin to change alongside with it and see what works and what do not work. And you'll be fine.
Hopefully they will be fine.
Hopefully.
So we're going to wrap up this conversation right now with my very last question, and then we're going to wrap it up. Neki, would you...
I feel the same. It's going to be funny.
But let's say you successfully made it to a country like Finland. Finland is doing really, really great.
Amazing.
The economy is beautiful. Unemployment rate is at the barest
They
minimum.
have gender equality.
Gender equality. Everything is thriving. Would you come back to help your country?
Why did you use that voice?
It's my mediation for...
I would come back. No, honestly speaking, I would. It's not
You
like
would
I
come
would
back to no lights, bad roads,
Yes.
possibility that a Nigerian policeman can shoot you in the road because he does not like your smile. Your husband can beat you to death if he likes, and somebody would say that it's a family issue. You are probably going to be beat up for a position with a man, and then they'll give it to the man because the man has family to settle and you don't. All of this are possibilities. Or you're in a country that none of this happens. You don't even have traffic because their train is working. Sometime, I feel like I'm just talking that a few months ago, a train between Kaduna and Abuja shut down, and they had to trek to Abuja. So you know all of this. So you're holding your visa and your passport in your hand right now, and they're saying, Neki, if you don't come, we will die.
But will I come back? Yes, because it's personal now. Because you're asking me personally, will I come back? Yes. Where did I leave from? That's for me. I left from Nigeria and then going to Finland, getting an upgraded life. Seeing life on a whole different level. I'm exposed, and then I come back. Of course,
so buy fuel for your journey.
I was buying fuel before I left.
And then you realize that somewhere in the world, you don't have to do it.
They don't even have to do it. That's a whole different life on its own, of which I would learn and enjoy. But I would like to come back to base again. No. But I could set up things that could be working, improving the economy of Nigeria, and having money in my pockets. So it's a win-win for me. I'm in an environment that thrives. I have a business here that thrives too as well. So at the end of the day, it's personal for you if you want to come back and if you don't want to. And I feel like all my kids a better life. So if I have the opportunity to put them in an amazing country and make them do well, they're exposed to a very beautiful environment, fine and good. But I always come back because my family is here too. Are you not here? Okay, that's I need to have gone. Okay, you have gone. Now we have a drink together. So it's way more personal, but I would come back from time to time because I know that there's certain things I want to do in the country, and there's a certain things because last home is home. That's it for me.
Well, home is where you're okay. Anyways, we're going to have the conversation right now, but not before asking you what would you do if you found yourself in this particular position. So go down in the comment section and let us know if you're a Nigerian in diaspora, if you finally made your way all the way to Dubai, to Finland, to Ireland, to whatever country you want to even Yankee or the UK, and you've been asked to come back to Nigeria to help other Nigerians that are struggling. Would you return to this country? Would you participate in the door of return? Would you participate in the year of return? Let us know down below in the comment section. My name is Joyce Chooks. Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation. Have yourself a lovely day. Do not forget to follow us on all of our socials, TSL Nigeria TV, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, TSL Nigeria Space TV. Have yourself a lovely day. Goodbye.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.